Excuse me. All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our morning note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Sorry for the delay today. I was working on OBS system for the laptop, and here trying to get the settings in line. Took a little longer than expected, but still working on the laptop. Good news, I won't be using the laptop as much, but again, still working on it. Good morning, everybody. It is May 6, 2021, 9:06 a.m. this morning. Before we get started, bottom right-hand corner of your screen, there's a little logo icon. Click on that. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like our videos, and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. All right, Dow futures are up 36 points, 34 now. NASDAQ is down about 0.14%. S&P futures basically flat, 41.59. Russell is flat as well, 22.36. Bitcoin futures are up 57,770. I'll check the spot prices right now. 35.20 Ethereum futures. Crude oil futures down 0.27%, 65.46 a barrel. Gold futures 1791, up 0.43%. Silver futures are up 26.90 an ounce, 1.41%. Euro dollar is up 48 pips, 120.52. Dollar yen is up 15 pips, 109.35 for my forex people. The VIX is up about 3 cents or 3 points, 3 basis points, 19.17 currently. Remember that 20 level is something to watch for. I've been saying it. The dollar index is down 0.28%, 91.04 right now currently. Let's take a look at today's markets in crypto. Let me go and refresh here. Okay, so Bitcoin spot price 57,583. Ethereum hovering around 3,500, 3,485. Dogecoin or Dogcoin. I'm always gonna mess that up. 59 cents or 59.55. XRP 165. Cardano 165. Cardano is kind of leading the way. I do own Cardano, so that's nice to see. Which is ADA. And Litecoin at 349.06. Wow, that's pretty crazy that Dogecoin is actually worth more on market cap than Litecoin. That's interesting. I never even noticed that. Well, anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the market here. So again, pretty much sideways action overnight. Not much happened. Same with NASDAQ. A couple of headlines I would like to read to you guys. Tesla communicated to employees that production for capacity for Q2 is already sold out with almost 2 months left in the quarter. So Tesla is now producing twice as much as its guidance. This is aligned with the leak regarding the target of 1.5 million cars delivered in 2021. So again, Tesla, keep an eye on that thing. That's some really good news if you're an investor. I am. Again, they're up slightly. We'll take a look at some pre-market movers right now and kind of see what's moving, what's shaking. I remember someone was asking me about Rocket Mortgage. I think it was the other day. And I said, I'm not sure on Rocket Mortgage. Just be careful. This is why. Looking at Rocket Mortgage, their earnings. Let me see. Rocket Companies falls following a Q1 EPS. I believe it was a miss. I'm going to get the actual numbers right now. Okay, so they reported the first quote, it was yesterday. Adjusted revenue of $4 billion was up 91% year over year, strong, beating consensus of $3.97 billion. Earnings per share was 89 cents per share, just shy of analysts' 90 cents estimate. So they missed on EPS or that. Average visitors to the company's Rocket Homes website saw a 300% year over year increase. Already over 45,000 real estate agents have now signed up for Rocket Pro Insight, a 220% quarter increase. Trying to see they're up 65% year over year growth, which is called company's newer Rocket Auto segment. And Rocket is guiding for second quarter closed loan volume to come in a range of 82.5 billion to 87.5 billion. The company guides for net rate lock volume between 81.5 and 81.5 to 88.5 billion. Quote, our flywheel only continues to accelerate. We look forward to the second quarter for the rest of 2021. Now the question is, why did it go down? I mean, now that's probably just guidance, or maybe the market didn't like some of those numbers. Maybe that EPS miss. Can't really give you an exact number. But again, I've been getting a lot of questions of, and I hate to get out of this tangent before we get into the pre-market movers. Got a lot of questions regarding Etsy, regarding, was it Etsy, Rocket, what was the other one that reported yesterday? I'll take a look here. I'm pretty sure I'll find it. Rocket Mortgage, Fastly, Etsy. Again, some of the high flyers that were really up during the COVID pandemic. You could throw in Zoom there. You can throw in Peloton. Again, we saw exactly what your outlier was. Everyone being home. Well, everything's reopening. So again, maybe Zoom may not be the smartest thing to be an investor in. If you have Zoom and you're in profit, feel free to take some, I would say. If you have Peloton and you're in profit, feel free to take some. Rocket Mortgage, if you're in profit, feel free to take some here. Again, remember your outlier was COVID. We're not going to have another pandemic unless you really think we are. And we're going to have like, a second wave, third wave, fourth wave, whatever wave we're going to have. Okay, that's understandable. But remember, some of these high growth, high flyer tech stocks that really benefited from a COVID lockdown, they're probably not going to get that much upside. What's the real bellwether that confirms that? It's Netflix. Netflix told you a lot during their quarter. Look at their drop year over year from last year when COVID was really in the throes. Do you really think Netflix is going to go ahead and reach those numbers again? Do you think Fastly is going to reach those numbers again? Well, Fastly not really much with COVID, but Peloton, do you think they're going to sell that many bikes that they are, let's say, going forward next year if we don't have a lockdown? Or do you think people are going to go to gyms again? Do you think people are going to be using Zoom or people are going to come back to work? So that's a thesis that you guys got to see because I don't own any of those names. But again, those that are really stay-at-home economy type stocks, they're going to keep sinking a little bit until either they pivot out of the stay-at-home work and they do something else, or a little more exposure. But I don't see Peloton is going to deliver that many bikes the way they did last year. And Zoom users are probably going to go down as everyone gets back to work and everyone is actually like meeting together in person. So how do you play this? So if you're looking at coming back to the market and you're thinking about the economy reopening, what are some of the things that were really beaten down? Right off the rip, hotels are going to be one of them. They're going to probably bounce back. Booking holdings would be a good idea. A Hilton is fine. Airbnb possibly. I own Airbnb. Number two, energy stocks. People are going to start driving. We're going to get into the energy. We're going to get into the high peak energy season where people are going to be driving. We know that flights are being used, and TSA has reported this last weekend was one of the best weekends of traffic that they've had since last year. Take a look at XLE. All is up, even with crude oil futures are down. XOM, CBX. Again, look at the energy names. Financials were beaten down. Again, now we're seeing financials come back up. There's a lot of money that is saved down there, and they get to lend that money for interest. So that's nice. Interest rates could be creeping up too. I like financials long term, excuse me. And then also, I guess if you want to call it the reopening stocks, restaurants, like Darden restaurants, for example, a McDonald's down the line. But I would say more of the higher end restaurants, but Darden would be a really good one because they own Olive Garden and all these names, and they have actually been bouncing back pretty solidly. So again, those are some of the names that I'd be looking for to reopen the economy. I wouldn't want to invest in companies that did very well in COVID because more than likely they're going to be rotated out. So again, you're going to see industrials, materials, energy, retail. Retail's a good one. You're thinking like TJ Maxx, right? Possibly a good one. But again, like a Simon stores will probably bounce back here. Take a look at that. A Macy's will bounce back as well. Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy is more of a luxury brand. Tiffany's, they've merged with Tiffany's. So again, a lot of options out there. I like Nike too, so I do own that. And I'm thinking that now that things are getting better, more people are getting vaccinated, things are going to get back to normal. I think that the leisure, the restaurants, energy, and financials are really going to take the stock market higher, while the momentum names, big cap tech, they're going to kind of slide a little bit. They're going to be kind of moving sideways. That's an opportunity for you guys. Again, in NVIDIA, first of all, we know how much the semiconductor shortage has hurt. But again, that's going to be filled, down the line, the supply. The problem is that will the demand keep up with supply? What if they really do massive supply and the demand is not there? That's going to be where we are in the equilibrium. But again, a lot of mega cap names like an Apple has been trading sideways. Tesla been kind of trading sideways. Amazon had a bump, trading sideways. That's an opportunity for you. Again, these are cash-rich companies. These are companies that do make tons of cash. Does the price today really reflect their future earnings? I don't think so. I think they're underpriced and they're definitely going a lot higher. Okay, enough of my tangent. Let's go ahead and talk a lot pre-market, answer some questions, and get you prepped. Viacom reported yesterday they're up 2.28% pre-market. Rocket Mortgage we talked about, they're down 15%. Dow. Intel is red, Apple's red, Nike's red, Microsoft's red. I don't have any positions right now in trades anyways, so I'm just watching. Walt Disney's up about 2.26%, Amgen up 0.22%. In the S&P, Pfizer down 3.83%, Norwegian down 1.51%. That's a reopening name as well, Norwegian or these cruise lines. Tesla up 1.35% on the numbers that we talked about. PayPal had a great quarter, up 3.36%. I own shares. I'm very happy with that. You stay long PayPal. Absolutely. The one stock I wanted to see after PayPal was Square. I want to see if Square is up in actual, I guess, in sympathy. And they are. They're up about $4 pre-market. Thank you, PayPal. I think Square reports today. Roku reports today. So let's watch that. All right. Sorry for ignoring everybody. Let's answer some questions. I know it was a ton of stuff. With tech being down in general, what stocks would you add? Is Tesla an add here? No. I like Tesla, but I don't want to add here, especially when it's up. I want to add on a good deal. So what I want is really 582.73. 582.73 what I'd be buying. How big is the news? Biden possibly waiving patents? Yeah. Again, if they waive the IP patents, intellectual property, basically these mega drug companies are not going to get paid. And obviously drug companies are like, well, what's the point of doing R&D? So again, you kind of like the social aspect of like, hey, this is a disease, we want to help humanity versus we want to squeeze every dollar. Capitalism versus, I guess, helping people. This is where healthcare gets a little awkward for people. Are these mega cap or these big pharma going to get hurt? Yeah, but I hate to say this, but fuck them, right? We want to help people. I mean, at the end of the day, so it really is back and forth. I wouldn't be long any drug stocks here for the most part. I mean, I'm not, and I sold some Pfizer. So again, everyone's different, obviously. If you own these big Merck and Pfizer and these names, it's for the dividend anyways, and so you'll get a little bit chops and drops, but that's where we are. How big is, what's the reason do you see behind the last 2 day sell-off on NASDAQ? Honestly, same thing, rotation out. We're getting that semiconductor issue is a big one. Again, the supply and demand, we're not having enough supply. And number two, really just take profit into rotation. There's not enough new money coming into the market. There's still a lot of cash on the sidelines. So what you're getting is, hey, great quarter, Apple, Google, Facebook, and Amazon. Really nice. I'm going to sell here at the top and then buy the reopening names because we already milked everything we could out of your mega cap names during COVID. Now let's start moving to reopening where I can get a little more alpha, meaning beating the market. Hedge funds need to beat the market. They're not going to beat the market just owning Alphabet and Facebook and Apple. They're just not. They're not going to earn their 220 with just those names. So they have to generate alpha by looking at different sectors. Thoughts on Mara and riot calls next week? I'd be absolutely very careful. Again, crypto could be pushing, but again, that doesn't always translate. Look at Coinbase, right? So Mara here, again, kind of just like on the daily sideways. Let's take a look at the hourly kind of sideways action, even with crypto boosting. So you'll be surprised. And that's where we are in riot. So no, I wouldn't advise that, obviously. Is the sell-off due to May to go away high PEs? No, I don't think it's the May and go away. I think it's more rotation. Interest rates will go up sooner or later. Bank long-term for buy? Yes. JP Morgan, Citi, and Goldman Sachs. Thoughts on Etsy? Etsy's fine if you want to own it. I don't own it. Again, just prepare for a little more pain because that's more of a stay-at-home name. So again, maybe start looking at some better deals. Maybe see, look, we're pouncing anyways. But here, I would say the 200-day seems to be about right, 168.57. We're right around 169. So the 200-day is actually been tapped. I would, on the daily, probably would go ahead and buy here. If you really like the company long-term and you like what they're doing, you like the growth space, or you expect growth, then go ahead and buy Etsy, sure. Is Palantir a good stock to buy now? Right now, I love Palantir. Palantir is one of those stocks that I want to own long-term. I really have high expectations for Palantir. If there's one name that's been beaten down that everyone's like, what's going to happen? I really think Palantir is going to be a home run. I think it's going to be a multi-bagger down the line. 5-10 years, we're going to be talking about this company being the forefront. And I think Palantir is great. I own shares. I'm buying on dips. $19.99, I'm buying some more. NIO about to be squeezed for 250 FD SMA. Let's take a look. I mean, it's up. They also are opening the market in Germany. So again, you could see it's good bounce. Right now, it's just sideways. We'll see where we are. All right, guys, we're going to go and end it there. It's already 9:20. Have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you later for the aftermarket recap. I know I went through a big tangent regarding rotation in the market. I hope this helps. I hope it explains things here and there. So anything else, obviously let us know on Instagram. The new GNN format is pretty cool. We like that. Again, all the news will be there on stories, guys. So if you like news, the Instagram stories and Twitter are your friends. Posts are going to be different things, more of kind of get your generation and your feedback, kind of comments and here and there. So again, just keep it clean, guys. Be respectful of others as always. If not, you're going to get blocked. Nothing racist, nothing mean to people. Come on, we're all here for the same reason. Let's help each other out. Let's be nice to each other, at least that. Have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you guys later. Cheers.